Facebook, World Wide Web, everybody else, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Kim, is there any new ones that I should know about? Hey, wherever you're watching this, welcome back to On the Mend Medical Supplies and Equipment. I have our beautiful community, Director of Community Outreach here, Marsi. We are going to go over another reach. We got the team, Link, Kim, and Michael Creative. We're going to shoot some video, show you a little bit about what I consider is the Cadillac of lifts, or the Mercedes of lifts, whatever your taste bud is. But literally, this is the ARJOHuntleigh Maxi move. ARJOHuntleigh has been the leader in lifts for a number of years based on our research. And this lift itself here, Maxi move, is probably the best lift. Number one, it helps you with your caregiver. It takes a lot of the strain off of the caregiver. Number two, it helps your patient or loved one lift in a more comfortable manner, in a safer manner, but also in a more dignified manner, which when you look at this, it has positional function. So it's got clip slings, but it will show once we lift Marsi up that you can tilt in space, take the pressure off the buttocks. That's especially important if a patient of yours has pressure sores. And so we're using a divided leg toileting sling here by ARJOHuntleigh as well. It's got nice padding in it. It's mesh, so it's very cleanable. It's a great solution. So this lift will allow one caregiver to move a patient or a loved one from one place to another. So what we're going to do today is we're going to move the beautiful Marsi from the chair to the bed, and then from the bed back to the chair, and we'll show you a little bit about the positional lift options that Maxi Move has, which kind of makes it above and beyond. Now it looks like a very big unit standing here, right? This is fully extended, so you can lift high. It probably looks very much like a rehab center lift or something, but you can bring this into the home. It is its functionability is incredible. So it's got down lift. It's can go all the way down to the floor, so you can also help somebody that falls if there's any fall risk or anything like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring this in. Everything's on the remote, as you can see here. You can also operate it from the machine itself. But what we're going to do is we're going to come in. It's got the spreader bar, so Mike, if you can pedal in here, so it's right on the remote. You can spread, so you can basically get around any chair, any apparatus that you're going to take a patient and lift them off of. Is something that you can access with this machine. So ARJOHuntleigh Maxi Move Lift on 2. So here we go, Mars. We're gonna take the brakes off. They were already off, but gonna bring her in. So gonna bring you right in there, Marsi. How you feeling so far?
So good.
Lock up. Always lock up your lift. Therefore, there's no sudden movement with the patient once you get the patient set up here. So bring it all down. You can be very comfortable setting up Marsi here. We already have the sling around Marsi just to save some time, but it's a very easy, accessible sling. You'll basically just have to lift your loved one up. But we're going to hook her up here now. It's clip sling, so it's the safest of all the slings. Always do one side at a time, or one sling level at a time. So this one here, how you doing here? Hold on. The nice thing about this is you can go as low as you need to. Marsi, how you feeling? God, you're so cute. All right. So we're gonna bring it down a little more. As you can see, this really is easy to work with, especially with one caregiver. Make sure that the clips lock in. Double check it. Make sure it's precious cargo. God forbid. Okay, you're all locked in there. So far, so good. I've never dropped anybody. I want you to feel safe about this. Alrighty. We're getting there. We're gaining on it. So, Marsi is now locked in. Feel comfortable under there. The padding of the sling itself, you'll notice when I get her up, she's got neck coverage or neck support. All this looks good. Are you ready, Marsi?
Yes.
All right, we're going to bring her straight up. So this move, as you'll see, and we can go as high up as you want. How do you feel, Marsi?
Good, safe.
It's very,
yeah,
very safe.
Dignified.
Dignified and safe. 2 great words. All right. We now have liftoff. You undo the brake. So if you notice, 2 things about this. Marsi, there's no strain anywhere. We're not going to zoom in the camera or anything like that, but if you were going to toilet, this would be a very good way. So Marsi, if you feel like going to the bathroom, I can bring you into the bathroom right now. Anybody want, hey, World Wide Web, you guys want to see Marsi go to the bathroom? Because we can pull that off. Hold on, you got to see Marsi. It's Marsi's bathroom face. So listen, but she is very comfortable. The other thing that you get with this, so now, let's say that you have a patient or a loved one and they have pressure sores or anything like that, or there's just unreasonable pressure on the buttock area. You can now transfer them to a position, whereas it's all supine now. So I think that's the word. Supine, porcupine, supine. But very comfortable. I mean, she's really, there's no pressure. You have no pressure on the back. It's all to the lower back here. There's no risk of her going through, and I would imagine you're pretty comfortable. The headrest, you know, it has a piece in here of hard plastic, so it's supporting her head. So no matter what the size of your patient or loved one, we can move them, or we can show you a way to move them. Now this is up very high again, so I'm not going to scare you too much. So now we're going to take Marsi over. We're going to move her over to the bed, and we'll talk about the positional lifting that we could use. So I have her undone. We're going to close this up. As you see, by closing it up, you can get into the tighter spots that you need to in a home. You can lower it to the point where you never have to worry about ceiling function or anything like that. And how are we doing there, Marsi?
So good.
All right. And here we go. All right, guys, we're back. Kim, Mike, and I broke for lunch. We left Marsi suspended in the air here. She complained a little bit, but I got to say she was a good sport about it. Couldn't even hear her once we got outside the door. But anyway, back in. So here's the landing, which we're going to kill. Again, the nice thing about the positional lift and the ability to tilt in space is you can lower your patient one of 2 ways. What's really nice about the tilt in space where we just had her was the fact that when you go into, say, a reclining chair, you can recline the chair back and bring the lift in and turn and tilt your patient in space like this, so that when they go in, you already have the recliner tilted back a little bit. They fall into a nice nest. Instead of having it straight up and having a straight in drop where you could be afraid that their weight would pull them forward or whatnot, you can drop them right in. Like I said, it's almost like a nest. Same thing here. We're going to set her up. We have the bed tilted up. This is the Parks bed. Excuse our construction, by the way. We're almost done here, but we felt like this was important to get out while we had the lift in. It's being delivered Monday. But now we can take Marsi and bring her right in and drop her so comfortably that there's no movement. So again, this is all about helping your caregiver. Now you have 1 caregiver instead of 2. And when you watch, I can drop her in very comfortably into the bed. There's no positional need where you're going to have to take your customer, or I'm sorry, your patient or your loved one and pull them up on the bed. We can drop her any position we want at any time with the ARJO Maxi move. So we're going to bring her in for the landing. So here we go, right there. I'm looking down. We got it so that it'll be perfect based on this. This is the exact way that I want to drop. We lock in, and now we take Marsi, take the remote. You could also, the nice thing about having the remote and on the machine, you could take back and just give a little care to your patient or loved one that they know you're right here. Like, this isn't, obviously when people are getting lifted in these situations, it's not a great, they don't have a great reason for being lifted. This isn't recreational, right? So you can care and support them as well, which is a great feature, especially in the beginning phases when you're introducing them to a new lift. So anyway, we're going to bring it down. Here comes Marsi. And she's down. Now you want to bring it down. Make sure that the lift itself isn't hitting your patient. And now you can just comfortably take off the sling. Disengage totally. And there you have it. Now you can just let, we're all good there. Now you can just take it up. Marcy's in a comfortable position. And get it out of your patient or loved one's way. Now, the lift itself can be taken off. All you'd have to do, if you notice here, Marcy, there's not a lot to take this off. The divided leg sling, as I said, it's great for toileting, it's great for positional lifting like this, but it's very easy to manage. You're not hooked up, you're not hooking up your patient to it, but it's very safe. Now we would just take her arms out, and you get the rest. But very easy, very safe move, ArjoHuntleigh. We're going to do one more with you, where we're going to bring her back into the chair. So give us 2. All right, so listen, as we said, this is the Cadillac of lifts. If you need patient lift, if you are having trouble, or your caregivers are having trouble transferring your patient, please consider this. Give us a call. We have all different types of lifts. We have the Best Care, ArjoHuntleigh, we have Lumex. Whatever you need, we can get. This one here, like I said, it takes one caregiver out of the picture. You can bring this anywhere. At the end, all you're going to do is unclip here, and pull this out just like you would any other sheet, and you're done. And this move is done. And now we could also take her back, position lift it again, turn it back around, and drop her back into the reclining chair, which, just trust us, we can do that. We're not going to take up any more of your time. Listen, thanks for checking in, World Wide Web. Appreciate it. On the Mend Medical Supplies and Equipment for all your patient transfer needs. Marcy, you're a superstar. Thanks for trusting me on this one.
I love my job.
And, everybody, good luck in this weather. Here it comes. Winter is finally here. Thanks again. 203-262-0383 onthemendmedical.com. Have a great one.